Okay, so to look at questions is what we have before us. Question number one reads that we are to outline the difference between the tangible non-current assets, the intangible non-current assets, and the non-current asset investment. Okay, since we are discussing, what do you think could be the difference? Let's just start with could be the difference between the two. I think before we go to the differences, what do you understand by the tangible non-current assets?
Okay, as far as I know, I think tangible is something that you can touch.
Mhm.
And like, for example, I think your machinery and all those things, vehicles, and intangible assets are something that you can't touch. Basically, the goodwill of the company, like the logo and all those sort of things, the name and all those sort of things.
Okay, those you cannot manage to touch them, right?
Yes.
What do you understand by an asset? What is an asset?
Asset is basically a present economical source that can benefit you in the future as well.
Okay, an economic resource, right?
Yeah, an
That
economic
can
present resource, yes.
Okay, that can benefit you in the future. That is an asset. Oh, wow, that is very interesting. Sounding so technical. I can just try to simplify it further and say that the assets are basically the things that the business owns
Oh,
and are owed to the business. The
oh,
items owned by the business and owed to the what? To the
the business.
business. Yeah, those are what? They are assets to start with. So tangible assets are the assets that can be perceived. Let me put it like that. The
Okay.
reason why I am using perception, because at least perceive, the word perceive is like it's inclusive. It's not biased towards one sense, right?
All right.
It's not biased towards one sense. Okay. Are you able to get me right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I was saying they are the assets that can be perceived, right? That we can perceive using our senses. Okay. Yeah, because we know that there are many senses that we have, isn't it? There are
Yes.
basically many senses that we have. And when you say the assets that cannot be touched, you're a little bit being biased towards one sense, which is actually the sense of touch.
Yeah.
You get the point. So the
Yes, sir.
question of the day is that in your definition, you mean the assets can be smelled. You can smell them, and you mean you can be able actually to hear them or something. You understand, eh? So
Yes, sir.
basically, those assets that cannot be perceived by any of our senses, the sense of hearing, the sense of seeing, and anything. But most of the times we just lift up the sense of touch because mainly, yeah. But it's still okay, even if you defined like that. I was just trying to highlight. So those assets that we can touch using our senses, the non-current assets. And by non-current, what do you understand by non-current?
Basically, non-current assets are like, how can I explain them? They're long-term, they're long-term things in the business, like for example, your land, your vehicle, your machinery, your building.
Okay. Right. So the items that the business is intending to keep, or
Okay.
that are, yeah, before you realize them into cash, or before you convert them into cash, those that we are expecting ourselves to keep and are able to keep for more than 12 months, right? Or for more than 1 year.
Okay.
Those are non-current assets. At least there should be the definition of time, because when you just say long term, I'm trying to show you how to define. When you just say long term, how long is long? You get the point.
Is it
Yeah.
like more
What?
than a year?
Yeah. It should be more than a year. It should be more than a year. That's when it qualifies to be a non-current asset, because
Okay.
the short run period is just defined as a period that is less or equal to a year. More than a year, more than 12 months, then that is now long. That is the non-current in this context. So those assets that the business can keep, the items that the business can keep, the assets for more than what? 1 year. You get? Because
Yes.
if you just say long run or long term, then someone will still ask you, what do you mean by long term? How long is long term? You get the point, eh? So I've introduced an aspect of time. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's about the tangible assets. I'm happy and glad you have already given me some examples there of tangible non-current assets. About the intangible non-current assets, those that we cannot perceive using our senses. And could you just share with me any of the examples that you may be aware of?
Like for example, the trademark
Okay,
and the cost of the cost of like building up the company.
the trademark. Are you able to see the marker that I'm using?
Yes, I can.
Okay, the trademark. What else?
Yeah, the goodwill.
Goodwill or good reputation.
Reputation, yes. The cost of development cost, like
The
to build
develop
up.
the developmental cost. Okay, okay. I get that one. Let me add patents for you.
Okay.
Patent.
Could you please explain what patents are? I don't think I know what patents.
Okay. Don't worry. That's where I'm going. Okay. I get it that you have already a good brand, of course. A good brand name is also an asset. Yeah, a non-current asset, of course, not tangible,
Okay.
but intangible. So by patents, these are the legal rights, okay? The legal rights that a business, I'm contextualizing everything to business, okay? So that this is finance, we are talking about business companies. So the the legal rights that the company or the business can get from usually the government so that they can enjoy the monopoly, right? They enjoy the monopoly of using those rights alone, enjoying the benefits alone. For example, you develop this product, right? And
Yes.
you and I is aware that um, by product we mean either a good or a what? A service, isn't it?
Yes.
You understand by product, the way the product is open-ended from the way how we understand it from
Yeah, it
finance.
can either be a good or it can be a service because not everything is a physical thing. It can also be like a restaurant service or anything. It can be literally anything.
Exactly. So you develop this product. After developing this product, you know what happens? You don't want anyone else to start enjoying those rights. So you go to the government in the short run. You ask the government that I want to be protected by the law. Okay. I want to be the only one enjoying this product that I have just developed for some time. Of course, you will need to pay. We buy the patents. The patents are bought. You have to buy the patents so that you can be protected. whichever company can want to come into the area to, to try to compete with you, the government will rise and the law will defend you. That is how the patents work. So usually for some products whereby the company has invested a lot to develop that product and they are not willing to receive any competition in the short run, what they do, they buy the patents. You okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you understand by investment, the non-current asset investments?
Non-current asset investments. Okay. Maybe the buildings and stuff, the land, the vehicles.
Okay. How different are the non-current asset investments from the tangible non-current assets?
I think they're similar. Like, I don't understand which differences they would have.
Okay. All right. It is well. So what is there is, by the non-current asset investments, these are the assets that you acquire through investments. Okay, they are investment. Basically, these assets are acquired as capital, part of capital. For example, you buy paper, right? You buy shares. You
Okay.
understand? When you
Yes.
buy shares in a public limited company, you understand that that is an investment, isn't it? At the
Yes.
same time, it's an asset to you, right? You get some government bonds. If you can get some, you understand what a government bond is, right? You know what a bond is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. So a government bond or a corporate bond, the one from the company is called a corporate bond. Then the one from the government is called a government bond. So you acquire a bond, it's some form of investment. You get the point. You are investing, and those are assets.
Yes.
You're fine?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions on the part one, question number one? I think we have said most of the key things and have discussed.
It's pretty straightforward. So basically, non-current asset investments are like basically buying other investments, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You are investing. It's more like it's an investment,
like
basically.
investment, yeah.
Yeah. You're fine?
Yes. So, yeah, definitely. Okay, it makes sense.
Okay. Question number two. When an item of tangible non-current assets, for example, motor vehicles, right, is sold, why does the net book value of the non-current asset not always equal the proceeds of a sale? Let me just simplify this. Since we are discussing to understand, we are not just rushing to answer the questions, right?
Okay.
If I'm too slow, you can tell me that, side, you can speed up. I do that as well.
Yeah, at a perfect speed. This is fine.
Okay. So now let's try to understand the keywords in the question. It's very important when you read the question to identify the keywords. Maybe someone may not be aware of the meaning of net book value. What comes in your mind when you hear someone using this word, the net book value?
Net book value. To be honest, I'm not sure. I just know it's
no.
something to do with valuation of like the like the product sold or something, I think.
Okay. Don't worry, I'm there to teach. Yeah. So the net book value simply means, let me start from this end so that you get it clear. When you acquire a non-current asset at a cost, okay, you have to quote it at the cost according to the principles of accounting. So for example, you acquire fixtures, or maybe you acquire some equipment at $25,000, right? You acquire those equipments. And then what you and I has to understand is that these assets, or this asset, in terms of its value, shall not remain the same. Remember the price at which you bought it, that's the value the time you bought the asset. The price of a good, of a commodity, is representing the value, okay? It's basically the value of that asset. So the cost of that asset is equal to its price, which is actually the value of the asset. Now, what usually happens is that as you keep this non-current asset, it keeps on losing value time again and again. Are you following?
Yes, sir.
It loses value. Now, the value, okay, that the asset loses as it stays with us in its lifetime is what is called the depreciation. Is that
Yes.
fine?
Yes, sir.
So basically, it is the value that a non-current asset loses in its what lifetime. That is called what? Depreciation. Okay, so you get this asset at this much, then it loses some value, okay, which is called depreciation. Then at the end of it all, maybe after 5 years, you decide to sell this what? Non-current asset. You're following?
Yes.
You decided to sell this non-current asset. At how much are you going to sell the non-current asset? The value at which you have sold the non-current asset is called the resale what? Resale value.
Yeah.
It is also called the disposal value. It is also called the scrap value. Are you following?
Yes.
All these, they mean the same. You can call it the scrap value. You can call it the disposal value. You can call it the resale value. You can also call it the what? The proceeds.
Proceeds.
Are you
Okay.
are you fine with the language? I'm trying to to
Yes,
show
yes, I
you.
understand. Basically, the price, like the original value, like compared to the value that you are selling right now, is called either the resale value, the disposal value, or the scrap value.
Exactly. That exact value at which you have sold an asset is called the proceeds or the scrap what? The scrap value. Now, follow nicely. What usually happens is that I've already established that this asset is going to be losing value, right? You get it at the cost and then it depreciates. Then what you get is the net book value. You get the point? So net book value, what does it mean? It is the cost of the non-current asset minus depreciation. That is equal to the net book value.
Okay,
Is that right?
It is the cost of
an asset.
Of an asset minus
depreciation of an asset. That gives you the net book value.
Depreciation of an asset.
For example, you buy the fixtures or this asset at $25,000, then it has depreciated for maybe 5,000. It means that the net book value shall be what? 20,000. You're following? $20,000 like that. That is your net book value. So basically, cost less depreciation is equal to the net book what? Value. Is that right?
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Now, we want you to understand the question first before you can answer it. Because mainly, if you don't understand the question properly, you may not manage to answer it sufficiently. So now, having understood all these things that I've said, when an asset, the tangible non-current asset is sold, why does the net book value, you understand what the net book value is now?
Yes.
Of a non-current asset not always equal to the resale value. Why do you think that is the case?
So basically, proceeds also mean the resale value or the
the scrap
value. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So
why is it the case?
Because how can I explain this?
It's okay. You can go ahead and participate.
It's like, cause I think because you've also used that non-current asset for so long. So
Yes,
like the value will definitely, it's like using a car for 5 years, and then you
yes,
sell it. You can't sell it at the original price it was, because you have like lowered the value by you using it and it running for so many years. Perhaps
exactly.
it won't even work as well as it would if it was a new car. If you get what I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So that is exactly the answer. It is because the net book value is less of what? Accumulated depreciation. So basically, what is influencing everything is what?
Sorry?
So what is influencing everything is what? It's just the depreciation you get. It is
Yes.
because, yeah, according to the asset valuation policy, the net book value shall equal the cost of an asset less what? Accumulated depreciation. It is because of depreciation. That is the reason as to why these cannot be equal. You can't get them at the same time because really the value does decrease as
Yeah.
time goes on. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do I have any question?
No, I think I understood.
Okay. Question number 3. A food processing company purchased on 1st January, of course, year 1, a canning machine. The machine costs 24,000 and was estimated to have 5-year life with a residual value. Oh, this is the other name, by the way. Residual value is also called the scrap value. Is that
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Yes. With the resale, it is also called the resale value. The resale value, the residual value, scrap value of 2,000 pounds.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can go ahead reading the question.
Also the proceeds, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, let me just write that down.
You have understood the language, yeah?
Yes. So residual value, resale value, scrap value, proceeds are the same as the depreciation, basically.
Yeah, so it is the it is same as the value that you sell the asset.
All right.
You know, when you sell that asset, that fixed asset, just change your mind. It's like, I no longer want to have this, I'm no longer interested in holding this asset. Let me change it. Is that right?
Yes.
Read what is required on part A.
So your voice is
3A.
cutting a bit. It's breaking. Hello?
What is required of us?
A food processing company purchased on.
You can read?
Yes, sir. A food processing company purchased on 1st January year 1 a canning machine. The machine cost.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now I can hear you.
Is there any improvement? Can you hear me?
It's cutting a bit again.
Hello, can you hear me?
So your voice is breaking.
All right. Hello. Yeah, you can go ahead. Okay, let me touch. Okay, just a minute. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Now it's much better.
Oh, okay. Let me just share the screen once more. Mhm. Okay, I was saying that, can you read for us question number 3A?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and read 3A.
A food processing company purchased on 1st January year one a canning machine. The machine cost 24,000 and was estimated to have a 5-year life with a residual value of 2,000.
Mhm. What is
Okay.
required?
I think we have to find the
Read the required part A.
required. I didn't even know that was part of the question. Prepare a table of depreciation charges and net book value over the 5-year life using straight line depreciation.
Okay, over the 5 years. All right.
Yes.
So let's go back to the screen, to the board, our board. And first of all, the question says prepare a table of depreciation charges and net book value over the 5-year life using straight line depreciation. Okay, so let me begin by saying the way how we calculate depreciation. Okay, there are 3 methods that are used to calculate what? Depreciation. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, there are 3 methods that we use to calculate depreciation. The first one is called the straight line what? Method, okay?
Mhm.
Then the second one is called the reducing balance method,
Okay.
right? The last one is called the revaluation what? Method. Okay. These are the 3 different methods. Now, the straight line method is also called the depreciation on costs. Okay,
Okay.
depreciation on cost. So you have to understand the reason why I'm emphasizing on teaching you the language. In case the lecturer uses the other word, I don't want you to be stuck. And that's why I'm trying to show you the other names as well. So this one is also called the depreciation on what? On costs. Is that right?
Yes.
Then this one is also called diminishing method. The reducing balance method is also called the diminishing method. Basically, these 3 are the ones that we use when you're calculating for what? For depreciation.
Okay.
So we are told that we have gotten a machine and the cost of the machine is how much?
24,000, yeah.
24,000. Is it pounds?
Yeah, it's pounds.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know how you write the symbol. It's okay. I'm sure you're understanding. So pounds. And what is the resale value?
2,000?
2,000 is the scrap value, right? The
Yeah.
scrap value is what? 2,000. Okay. Then the number of years, the life of an asset
5.
is 5 years. Right. Then now we can calculate for what? For depreciation first. Because before we prepare the table that we need to prepare, we need to calculate for depreciation for each year. You understand? From the time we get an asset, I said it shall be losing what? Value. Then with a straight line method, what happens is that value which it loses, it shall be constant. Okay? It will not keep on changing. No, the value will be the same. You understand? That's how straight line method works. So how do you find the depreciation for each year? So depreciation shall be given as costs of the asset minus the scrap value
Divided by the
divided by the life
expected
of the
life.
asset. Yes, the expected life. Is that right?
Yes.
So the cost is what? 24,000, right? minus the scrap value, 2,000. All that divided by the expected life, 5 years, giving us 22,000, the net book value, or the value that remains, isn't it?
Yes.
The net book value. Oh no, that's not the net book value. When we less, the net book value is the cost minus the depreciation, but this is just the scrap value, so it's not depreciation. Okay, so let's have 22,000 divided by what? By 5. So what is our depreciation?
Just let me calculate. 24,000 minus 2,000 divided by 5. 4,400.
Yeah, 4,400, right?
Mhm.
This is the depreciation per year. You get the point. If you wanted to know the total depreciation, just the total depreciation would have just, you would have just said the cost minus what? Scrap value.
Value.
You get, right? So you say 24,000 minus what? 2,000, giving us 22,000. This is the total depreciation in the whole life of an asset.
Mhm.
You get the point, right? But we want to find per year. Since these are 5 years, we are interested in knowing that each year it was losing how much. This is a straight line method. So with a straight line method, we are interested in knowing how much the asset was losing each year. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Then again, sometimes you can express this as a percentage. That's very important to learn. So if you want to express this as a percentage, you can just have the annual depreciation divided by what? By the costs multiplied by 100. What cost? This is the cost of an asset, obviously, you are aware.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
You want to express depreciation as a percentage. So the annual depreciation, you said, is 4,400, yeah? Divided by
24,000.
24,000. And from your calculator, what is the depreciation? You know, the percentage.
4,000 times 100. 18.3.
18.3%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so this is 18.3%. So which means every year it was losing 18% of the costs. You understand?
Yes.
Now, sometimes the lecturer can rephrase the question. Yeah, he can
Okay.
rephrase the question. By depreciation, he can give you the percentage. He says that the asset was depreciating using the straight line method at 18% per annum. So what can you do? How can you know your depreciation? You're just given the cost and you're given the percentage. So in that case, you get the percentage, the 18% times what? The costs, 24,000. It will give you depreciation and it should give you the same value.
Oh, so we just times this by 24,000.
Yes.
18.3 times 24,000, huh?
18.33 divided by 100, so that you express it as a percentage.
Oh, by a percentage, 80. Oh, yes,
0.8.
18.3 divided by 100 times 24,000. Yeah, it's giving 4,392.
Yes. 4,392.
92.
Which is 0.2. It's because of rounding off here. You just had to cut it. I'm sure you cut it. So yeah, when you had to cut this depreciation, didn't you cut it?
Sorry?
The percentage, this one.
Yeah.
So do it direct without cutting it. Say 4,000. 4,400 divided by 24,000. What do you get? All those decimals without, yeah, just go straight on your calculator and multiply that by 24,000. What
Yeah,
does
it's
it give
giving
you?
exact 4,400.
Exactly. So which is the same what? Same value.
Same value, yeah.
This is very important for you to understand. So that if you are given the percentage, just multiply the percentage on the costs. Okay. So that will give you the depreciation, showing that every year, and you've seen that this one has just gone direct. No need of dividing by what? She just told us that it was declining by 4,400 a year. Is that right now?
Yes, sir.
Or I'm confusing. Am I confusing?
No, I get it. I definitely
No.
get it.
Yeah, like I'm trying to get it from your end. If I'm confusing by bringing all these things,
No,
you
it's
know.
it's straightforward. It's straightforward. Because actually,
Okay.
I even came across a question where they changed, I don't know, they were telling me to do a percentage. They were
Yeah.
telling me to change the percentage in like given the percentage, they were telling me to find the value, I think.
Okay.
So, and I couldn't really understand what was going on, but I think I do now. It's clear,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay, it's okay. And then, so let's have a table. We are told to prepare a table.
Okay.
This is the table that we are preparing. This is the table that I am preparing. So end of the year. End of the year. Depreciation of the year. I'll just use the shortcuts in writing. I'm sure you are trying to get what I'm saying.
Yeah, me too.
Total,
There's no space.
total depreciation. And then the net book value. Are you following?
Yes.
Because this is part A, this is part B, total depreciation. Yeah. So let's start with the year number 0. When we buy the asset, the first year number 0, you have the net book value, which is going to be what? Our net book value will be 24,000. The costs you get, the asset has not lost anything. Okay, minus B, minus total depreciation. B is total depreciation, okay? So 24,000 minus total depreciation. In this case, since our total depreciation is still 0, so you have 24,000. In the first, like year 0, you start always from 0. You're following, right?
Yeah, this is
In
year
year
0.
0, yeah, so the asset has not depreciated. Then you go to year number what? Year 1. So in year 1, the asset has now lost the value. What was the first depreciation? We calculated that the depreciation was 4,400, isn't it?
Yes.
And I have said that depreciation under straight line method, it does not what? Doesn't change.
Doesn't change,
Isn't
yes.
it?
Yeah.
It does not change. It remains the same throughout. So you're going to write the depreciation per each year, which will be 4 for this year.
So till year 5.
Yes, till year 5. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping this is helping.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 4. And the last year.
So wouldn't this be so zero will be counted as a year as well?
Yeah, like year 0. So like that's the year when you get an asset.
Yeah,
So
that's the year when you buy whatever the assets, basically.
Exactly. So when you start the investments, all the investments start from year 0. Okay. And then we go to total depreciation. So the first year, total depreciation is still 4,000 what? 400. And like in the first year, this is the total depreciation. It has just depreciated by 4,000 what? 400. So what is the net book value? The net book value shall be, this minus B. So which is 24,000 minus C, depreciation minus 4,000, minus 4,400. What does it give you?
24,000 minus 4,400. 19,600.
19,600.
Yes.
19,600. Wow. This is very interesting. So that is that's the net book value. Okay.
Yeah.
Then for year 2 now, we're going to, this is a straight line method, you know, it's the same amount that is depreciating. So you just add the 4,4 plus the other 4,4 here in year 2, like accumulate these depreciations, like add them. 4,4 plus 4,4, 4,4, yeah.
So 4,400 plus 4,400.
Yes, that's year 2. Like you have added the depreciations. Remember, each year it will be depreciating by the same amount.
Yeah. So it will be 8,800, the total depreciation.
8,800.
800.
Then we
Just a question.
subtract.
Just a
Yes.
question. So
Mhm.
basically the depreciation for the second year, the first year will also be added.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it will be added from the depreciation year of year 1, which will be taken on to year 2 as well. Same with year 3,
exactly.
year 4, year 5. It will be
Yes,
accumulated.
it will be accumulated. That's why it's called total depreciation. That's
Okay.
about straight line method. Bear in mind we are dealing with a straight line method where depreciation does not change. It's fixed. So now,
Okay.
let's find the net book value. It is basically the net book value minus depreciation.
So are we going to get the net book value for year 1 or still the original net book value?
Yeah, the net book value, the 19,600
Okay.
minus 4,4. You remember, it is losing the same amount you get every year. This asset is losing the same amount
Every year. So we are not going to minus it by 8,800.
if you want to do that. I'm
Mm.
showing you there are 2 ways of doing it. You
Okay.
can subtract from 24,000, say 24,000 minus 88. That's when it can agree.
1,000.
What do you get?
15,200. It's the same.
Yes, 15,200. Or alternatively, from this, we know that this net book value will depreciate by the same amount, 4,4. So just say 19,600 minus 4,4.
Yeah, because it will be the same.
Exactly.
Makes
I'm showing
sense.
you that it is depreciating at using the same amount.
Same
Let's go
amount.
to the other year. So we add to 8844.
88 plus 44, which is 13,200.
Okay. 13,200 as total what? Depreciation.
And
Yes.
if
What is the net book value then?
net book value is 10,800.
10,800. Right? So you can find it by saying 15,200 minus C, 13,200. Oh, sorry, 15,200 minus 4,400. Or you can say 24,000 minus 13,200.
But I think it's easier to just do 24,000 minus 13,200.
The total depreciation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. I am trying to mention a lot of things so that you can get as much as you can.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So we find the total depreciation for the 4th year.
Fourth year, it's 17,600. Calculated it.
17,600. What is the net book value then?
6,400.
6,400. And again, we go to the fifth year.
1,600 plus 4,400, which is 22,000. Ah, okay. 24,000 minus 22,000, which is 2,000.
So 2,000 is the net book what?
Value.
The net book value. That's the value that remains of an asset, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you are to sell this asset at 2,000, it means that the value of an asset would have completely finished.
Finished, yeah.
Yes. You have not made a profit and you have not made a loss. Have you seen what has happened?
Yes.
No, you have not understood. I want to repeat this. If you sell, if the sale value, hello?
Yes, sir, you can continue.
Yeah. If the sale value is equal to the net book value.
Yeah. Hello?
It means you break even. You have not made a profit and you have
Your
not
voice is cutting.
made a loss.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
So your voice is breaking.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
I can hear you, but your voice is cutting. It's breaking a lot.
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Now it's fine.
Hello,
Yes, sir. I can hear you. I can
are you
hear
able
you.
to hear me now?
Yeah. I lost you at when you were explaining the thing.
Hello?
Hello. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
No, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. So I was okay. All right. So I was on a point where I was saying if the scrap value
If the scrap value.
right. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've tried to change the network. Yeah. Confirm once more if you can get me.
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I was in a point where I was explaining about the point where if the net book value is equal to the resale value, at that point, you would have not made a profit and you would not have made a loss. Is that right?
You would have not made a profit.
No, a loss.
Profit. Nor a loss. So basically, if the resale value equals to the net book value.
Yeah. So it means you haven't made a profit and you haven't made a loss.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
Then again, the other situation, you can have the resale value being more than the what? The net book value.
Okay.
Because this is the true value of an asset, or what should be the true price of an asset. Then you sell it at 4,000. At that point, you would have made a what? A profit, a gain on the disposal of the non-current asset.
So if it's more than the net book value.
Yes. If you sell it at a price which is more than the value of an asset, it's more like you have sold it at a value that is more than the what? More than its value, okay?
Okay.
So you have made a gain. And if now the cost, the net book value is less than how you sell it, then it becomes a loss. For example, the net book value is 2,000, right? Which is the cost of an asset. Then you end up selling it at $1,000. At that point, you'd have made a loss.
Loss, yes.
Yeah. Is that clear now?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any question on this part?
No, sir, I think it's quite clear.
Okay. The sir is speaking so fast, we are unable to hear him. How true is that?
No, I think it was just a network.
Okay. You can read B now.
Okay. Make a guess at the percentage rate to be used in the reducing balance calculation and prepare a table of depreciation charges and net book value over the 5 years using reducing balance depreciation.
Interesting. Now we need to use what? Reducing balance. So we need to calculate the percentage at which, the percentage that was used in reducing balance method before you can prepare the table. Is that right?
Okay.
Have to calculate the percentage by which the asset was depreciating. Okay.
Using the reducing balance method.
Yes, now. Let's calculate the percentage first of all. So the percentage is found by saying 1 minus,
1 minus square root, I think.
The nth root. Let me just say the nth root.
Okay, nth root, yeah.
Then the scrap value. Yeah. The scrap value divided by what? By the costs, isn't it?
Yes.
Divided by the costs. And once you divide that by the costs, then you can multiply everything by 100. You got it?
Yeah.
I have called this the nth root. We don't say the square root. The square root simply means n is 2.
2, yeah.
What if n is 3? If n is 3, is the cube root. If n is 5, is the fifth root. Okay. And so now let's write the number of years. Okay, 1 minus the number of years is the nth root. So it is expected to be there for 5 years, right?
Yes.
2,000 is the sale value divided by the cost of an asset, 24,000. Okay? Treating this as the same figure, as one figure, then we multiply everything by 100.
Last time I did a similar question like this, the answer, it was giving me something else, like it was giving me to like 1 times 10 to the power of -3 or something.
Okay, let's try it together.
Yeah.
So the 5 alpha of this calculator, alpha 550 compute that. Okay, this is the fourth root of 2000 is equal to that
Yeah,
divided by 24,000 minus, okay, let me say 1 minus answer. 1 minus the answer. It is 0.999999.
it's giving me negative 59.8.
Negative 59.8.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Maybe, hold on.
Do this 2,000 divided by 24,000.
Actually, no, I think, okay, yeah, I got it. I got 39.1 now.
You have gotten 39 now.
Yeah, 39.16356.
Okay. Exactly. So that's the depreciation. So it was depreciating at 39.16%. Is that right?
Yes.
That is very, very important. So first of all, it is 2 divided by 24. 2,000 divided by 24. That's what you did, right?
Yes.
Yes. Like that. So let me just do this. Just a minute. Fifth root. Divided by 24 close. Is it got that? Yes. Minus 1. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So when you find that one, this 39.16, it means that's a depreciation. That's a value, the percentage by which the asset was losing what? Its value per year. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let's go direct to the table. The table looks the same, it's similar. You know,
Okay.
the table is
We have
similar.
to do it for 5 years as well.
Yes, it's 5 years.
Okay.
So end of the year, what comes after the end of the year is the depreciation of the year. So the depreciation, after the depreciation, what comes next? Total what?
So
Total
depreciate
depreciation. And then you have the net
book.
book value. These are the tables that will be meeting the spreadsheets, right? That's what the man said. Okay.
Yeah.
And so now, let's have this. You know, I want you to get everything, 100%.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So the net book value, it will be 24,000. It is still with the same asset minus B, of which our B is total depreciation. So in year 0, start from year 0, the asset has lost value. Then we have year 1. Year number 2, year 3, year 4, and the last year. You're following?
Yes.
Okay. So let's start with the depreciation. How much value has been lost in this asset? So first of all, you just get in the first year, okay? 24,000
Of 39.
times 39.16 divided by 100. I'm trying to show you that it has to be a percentage. So yes, what is the depreciation for the first year now?
24,000 times 39.16 divided by 100, which is 9398.
9398.
0.4.
Let me write 938.3.
8.4.
Point 4.
Yes.
Okay, 0.40.
Yeah. since
This
it's
is the depreciation. Obviously, the same will be the total depreciation the other year, right? Sorry, not the other year, the same year. You know, in the same year, this same one will be the total depreciation. Then the net book value is, you know how we calculate it. It is
yeah, basically 24 minus 24,000 minus 9398.40.
right. So what is it that you find?
Answer 14,601.60.
14,601.60. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this kind of depreciation is a different one. It's not like that other one where depreciation was fixed. Same. No. This is reducing balance method. So each year we have to calculate for what? For depreciation. You're following, right?
Yes.
So again, you have to calculate 39.16% of now the net book value, 14,601.60. You're following, right? Yes. What is the depreciation?
39.61 divided by 100 times 14,601.60. 5783.69.
5783.69. All right. 5.69. Try to let me do this again. 3.16 divided by 100, times 14,601.60 is equal to, I found 5717. Are you doing this one? Do this one.
Wait, how? 39 points. Oh, I did 39.61 instead of 16. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Now you can do it again, yeah.
Yeah, 5717.999, I guess, if we round it off.
Yes, 0.99. And then now what will be total depreciation? We just have add now.
Yeah.
Yeah, A plus B.
So total depreciation, yeah, it will be 5717 again, 0.99.
Total depreciation from year one plus year two.
Yeah,
Yes.
9398.40 plus 5717.99.
Yes.
Okay. Answer plus 9398.40. 15116.
15116.
116.39.
0.39. All right.
Yes.
What is the net book value?
Can it be 14,601.60 minus 15116.39?
Yeah, try that one.
I think it will give negative number.
No, like you should less the depreciation from the previous period, not 15. Unless you say 24,000 minus, not 14,000. If you want to use 15.
If I want to use the total, I have to do the total, the original net book value. If I just want to do for the year, I have to do it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
And
sorry.
actually, you need to prove that. You need to prove that this and this one, they should give you the same answer.
Okay, 8. Okay, I got if I minus 24,000 minus 15116.39, I get
Mhm.
8,883.61. And if I
Like
do
this.
14,000, yeah, 14,601.60 minus 5717.99. Yeah, I get the same answer.
Yeah. I'm hoping you're getting to understand this, right?
Yes. I just
Okay.
forgot the steps.
So now let's go ahead and find another depreciation. Now this same percentage multiplied by the net book value,
Mm-hmm.
0.61. Are you following?
Yes, sir. So for the next one, we do it from 39.16 divided by 100 times 8,883.61 to find our
Right.
second depreciation.
That is right.
Yeah. So let me just do that. 39.61 divided by 100 times 8883.61. Should be 16. Okay. 3478.82.
3478.82.
82.
Right. What is the cumulative depreciation?
1516.39 plus 3478.82. Right? 116.39. 18,595.21.
Like this?
18,595.21. Yes. Now, if I minus that by 24,000, yes. Just a minute. 24,000 minus 595. 5,404.79.
5,404.79.
4.79. Yes.
Right. Find depreciation for the fourth year.
Yeah, okay. Fourth year will be 39.16 divided by 100 times 5404.79, which is 2116.51.
211.
6.51.
6.52.
Yeah, 52.
Right. What is the cumulative depreciation?
Plus 18,595.21. 20711.73. And then the net book value will be 24,000 minus answer, which is 3288.27.
0.2.
Go to the fifth year, 39.16 over 100 times 3288.27 will be 1287.
It will be
1,287.69.
0.69.
Yes. Accumulated depreciation will be 20711.73. If I'm right, yes. It will be 2199,219.42. Net book value will be 24,000 minus answer. It gives 2,000.58.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Is it wrong?
Any question?
Oh, okay. No, I don't have a question. I think I understand this well now. Just need to remember the small steps.
Yeah, you just have to. I'm recording the class for you, actually.
Oh, okay. That's perfect even.
Mm-hmm. All right. So that's about this question. Yeah,
Okay.
that's about the question. Let
This is
me.
actually not as hard as I thought, because when I was looking at the slides, I was just losing my mind.
No, these things they're not even as complicated as you guys think they are. They are not very complicated as we say. Okay. Maybe of course there is part C. Before we go to part C, let me do this.